Hey everybody, this is Band of Badgers. I am Dave, your host and beginner painter on this session. This is episode 2 of 3 of our venture into the world of reclamation. We are joined by game designer, game creator. There's Taylor. How you doing, Taylor? You came back again.
I did.
I love the yeah, I did.
I actually did.
Yeah. Cool. How you doing? How's been? So we did episode 1 yesterday. We're back for the second day in a row. Part 3 is coming in December. How are you feeling? Are you feeling confident that you can finish this mini?
Oh, 100%. I can finish this mini, and I think I might even be able to finish a second model as well today.
Wow.
That's what I think I can do.
A second model today.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this would be the fifth sweet tooth that I've painted, right? Yep. So I'm getting pretty good. I think I can probably figure out where to put all the highlights and everything. We'll see. We'll see. No promise.
You should do them like all different colors. Just get the whole kind of sweet tooth, like 10 rainbow all different colors,
like a rainbow sweet tooth, like a rainbow of sweet teeth. Sweet teeth or sweet tooths?
Sweet teeth.
That's a question.
Sweet tooths. Sweet tooths. Yeah. Now, if those of you who have joined us live, or if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for joining us, whatever system you're using. But if you want to know more about World of Reclamation and Taylor and Creaturecaster, you can find it all here, uk.creaturecaster.com. Also joining us, as well as Steve, also joining us is our pro painter, Richard. How you doing, Richard?
I'm good. How are we?
I'm good. I asked you.
Yeah. I'm all right. I'm fine.
I'm
doing well.
Right.
I'm eager to paint.
We're fine.
Actually getting a chance to paint is quite nice. Well,
it is. It's nice to paint when we have another 2 hours set aside for today to finish these models off. And we're going to share with you a bit more about World of Reclamation. The Kickstarter is all wrapped up. It's all gone ahead. We're going to show you some stuff that we showed in the live interview as well. That we did with Taylor, which was last month, I think it was. And I'm going to show you some bits. I think so, yeah. Time travels differently on the interwebs. I've noticed that.
I mean, the Tyson fight was last Friday, and I forgot that it was last Friday. I thought it was like a month ago.
Exactly. It was already like, what did I do? Oh, yeah, I was hanging out with those British people. Talking absolute nonsense. But anyway, some of the stuff we have going on is just a quick shout out to some of our favorite supporters on the brush off. It is, of course, the Army Painter, who make a wonderful range of paints. I'm going to be using some speed paints today. We also have Turbo Dork. Turbo Dork is one of our mainstay supporters. Again, metallic shifting paints, absolutely amazing. I think some of us are going to be using those as well. And if you want to know more about Richard, you can find him here. There you go. There's some more details. Richard is the Warrior Prince 3D based here in the UK, where we get all of our plastic goodies, but also professional painter. Does custom jobs as well. Fantastic. Are we good? There we go. Oh, wrong button. Jump. Right.
I think I realized that Warrior Prince is a play on words.
Yeah.
Is it a play on words, Richard? You're the Warrior Prince, but you also do the Warrior Prince?
It's one of those things. It was a sort of a tongue in cheek and trying to figure out how it could sound funny and catchy.
I just realized it now.
Yeah, I always say he's a prince among men when I introduce him in person. But there you go. So that's the way to do it. And I just said he spelled it wrong, which is nice and easy.
But it does make it interesting when you're trying to either give someone like an email address or say who the company is, and you're like Warrior Prince, and they're like, "Okay, you spell that."
And they don't know if you made a mistake.
Half the business is gone. Half the business is misspelled. That's what it is. Cool. Are we ready, people?
Yeah.
I'm going to put some Elven Glade tunes on in the background while we kind of relax. Now, for those of you joining us live, thank you very much. If you have any questions about the miniatures, about painting tips and tricks, about the game, put it in the chat now. And Taylor will get to answer them. Over to you, Steve.
I might be lagging because it's like watching a calendar at the moment.
Everyone's got that lag going on. Right. So Are we ready? Ready, steady, paint. Go.
Okay. I should mention, too, that anyone who sticks around and votes at the end will be getting a $50 gift from Creature Caster. But the caveat is you have to email me to remind me that I said this. So we'll put my email
along with a clip of the video as evidence.
Yeah. There is a thing. I love the way we say. So how can we top that? How can I buy people's votes? How do I get more votes? What can I?
Let me tell you,
anyone who votes for me will get a free invitation to our D&D Haven Center.
Well, there you go.
Cream.
I couldn't even get one of them for running.
You didn't get a custard cream?
True. That's true.
I didn't get a custard cream.
We got to
next
say
Haven's the 15th, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sunday the 15th of December. Yes.
I need to check events that weekend.
And I'm just going to do a quick update on this one. So look, there we are. This is my Goblin Berserker. And I'm going to try to finish this off. I'm going to do a little bit more. Keep it going. And also I'm going to see if I can glue it together as well. So I can start putting the whole bit together.
So I was surprised you didn't put the arm on at least first.
Well, because like I'm sometimes I do, and then I thought, well, sometimes it makes it awkward to paint on the inside, like under the armpit. So I thought this time I won't. I'll paint everything, then attach it, and then repaint any pieces I may have missed. I don't know if it's worked out better or worse, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. And that's what this is all about. Tips and tricks and learning different things. Experiment. I'm going to give this a go. I need some more. No, I'm going to do the brown first, I think. So, Steve, what are you working on? Let's because you're working on a different model.
I am working on a different model.
So, what did you already do? Because you mentioned off camera that you'd taken Taylor's advice on this one.
Yeah. So last night after stream, Taylor advised you to prime in black rather than white, and then dry brush some white on it. So I'd already primed this model, but I decided to prime it again in black and take Taylor's advice and then dry brush some white on it. So that's what I did.
Oh.
And now I'm applying speed paint.
I think it'll work wonderfully.
Fingers crossed. I was worried about painting over black. I get really anxious about painting over black. Like it's not going to show up very well.
Once you can do once you do a zenithal highlight with a dry brush,
Yeah.
it becomes almost second nature. You'll get really comfortable with it real fast once you see the result.
So yeah, tonight is just about base coating with the speed paint, and we'll see how it turns out. And after seeing all the skulls in the main yesterday, I've decided that I am going to paint that as flames. So I'm doing orange at the moment.
Oh, that's cool.
I also spent a lot of time earlier today working out how I can incorporate several of these beasties into my D&D campaign.
Well, I may have a solution for you. We have the Creature Caster Compendium, which has all of these beasties' stats and descriptions in the book.
That will be awesome.
Yeah, and that's coming out. That was part of our backer kit, but it'll be coming out hopefully at the start of December.
Oh, nice.
I just have to make sure that I get all my Black Friday stuff done first. Because we have a crazy Black Friday going on right now, where you can get, I don't have the things in front of me. You're better off just to check the website and see what's going on. But,
always the best. Check the website, see all the amazing patterns and offers.
Yeah, we have some. Just it's pretty wild what we're offering. I remember I looked at it. There's 12. I just did a article for Spiky Bits for it, and there was like I think there's 12 or 13 different things on offer right now. Most are between like 20% to up to 40% off on some things. So, but if you do like the STLs and you don't have a 3D printer, you can always buy off of our site as well.
You sell physicals as well, do you?
We do. We have a print shop in the States that we
That's
use
cool.
for them. So
it's one of those things that also shows people who print for themselves the fact that if you back yourselves with selling the prints, we know that you test out the STLs a lot, thoroughly, sort of thing, and it is one of the comforting things for printers.
Yeah, no, we stand by. I mean, we have a guy named Cody who does our 3D printing for us, and he is phenomenal. Just a great guy. I spent a week with him in Texas at ReaperCon. And it was funny because he didn't have an accent when I first met him in Illinois, but when we went to when I met up with him in Texas, that accent got real strong real fast. Texas, that's a different place, I'll tell you. But ReaperCon was fantastic. There were a lot of great people there, and the food in Texas is really good.
Reaper Minis is not something we've actually dabbled with.
Oh no, they're a great bunch of guys. They're great to deal with. So you should give them a buzz.
I have to try and get in touch.
I can put you in touch with them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I can put you in touch with them. They're really good guys, and they're really great to deal with. Because I'll tell you, to be honest, I was not looking forward to going to ReaperCon because Texas is very far away from me, and I was going in September, and I think I mentioned it yesterday. I live in a much cooler part of the world, and Texas is definitely not a cooler part of the world. And I'll tell you, I almost died. I got off that plane and I was stripping off layers. I couldn't go outside. It was so hot there, just so hot. So
wow.
Like I think it was around 36 degrees the entire time I was there. But even I made the mistake of I was outside and I touched a black stone wall at the end of the day. And I'll tell you, I was shocked that it burned. It was so hot. And of course, they're all like, "Oh no, it gets cooler at night. Don't worry about it. It doesn't get cooler at night.
Yeah, no, it just gets darker."
What part of Texas was it?
I was in the Dallas. I was in Denton, so it was the Dallas area.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty wild. But yeah, it was. It's funny when you're talking to Texans about how hot it is in Texas, and they have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a breezy day to them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they were like, "Oh, it's cool today," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, dude,
no.
This is not cool. You don't understand what cool is. I think I met up with I was hanging out with Meredith and Greg from Turbo Dork there because they're in Texas.
Cool.
And they were laughing because I was just not doing well. But I was cursing because it was I think the second day I was there, it was something like I think it was only 8 degrees in Sudbury at the time, and I'm getting weather alerts on my phone, and I'm just
weather envy here.
Yeah. All right. I think this is ready. Right. Oh, look in there. It's looking pretty good. Oh, shoot. That is oil paint. I do not want to put that in my water.
A very delicate bit, and it's causing me a little bit of trouble.
I was told yesterday.
So from yesterday, in our first, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I was told yesterday the airbrush sound was a little annoying in the thing, so I will be muting the mic when I use my airbrush.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
So which delicate bit is giving
So
you trouble?
Steve, I'm getting some lag, so you might have to do some talking.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, what delicate bit are you having trouble with, Dave?
We delicate bits. I'm just trying to get the trying to get some edging right. Where it's going right. So, like in the first session, we managed to get a lot of the color on the base color, and now I'm trying to deepen that, tidy it all up. I'm trying to be very careful, probably more careful than I should be, than I need to be. Really, it's one of those things, where you get people say, "Do make it as good as far away from your arm." I'm putting it like that, so I camera like that. So if it's good enough from that point of view, then that's fine. If I'm looking at it like this, I keep seeing these like specks of overpainting. I'm fixated on those at the moment, and I know I shouldn't be, but
it is right though, because like I was sat here at work earlier, and what I painted last night was I put it underneath the monitor. I'm sitting looking at it, that looks really good in the sunlight. Yeah, that looks really good from this distance. And then I pick it up, and it's that far from your face. Oh, well, it's all these imperfections. But that's like when you're painting, it's there, and it's difficult to get away from that when you're painting. It must be even harder with an airbrush, though, because with the airbrush it naturally blends and bleeds the paint into each other anyway, don't it? That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So do you just have to let go and allow it to happen?
Or wing it.
You'll wing it.
That's usually my golden rule.
I'm going to finish this bit off, and then I'm going to let that dry, and I think I'm going to then try and stick it together. Try that and just boom, boom.
Right. So you were talking about overspray, and then my airbrush was on way too high, so I was cleaning it last night. I got one hell of an overspray. Yeah. That's what the cleanup phase is for.
I had to strip my water apart today to clean it out.
Yeah.
I was going to ask how difficult or fiddly they are to clean. Is there any tips for cleaning them?
One I've picked up on recently, which has actually really helped doing the airbrushes. So when you've got your whatever it is you stash your airbrush in, if you're going to leave an airbrush and then do painting later, leave a bit of water in the dripper.
Yeah.
But when it comes to cleaning up, especially if you're priming, because where you do a lot of spraying when you're priming, when you your airbrush in said holder and you're spraying through cleaning, take your needle out quickly, wipe your needle off, and then put water in the needle end, and it washes through until it's clear.
That's not
Okay.
That's some good advice.
Because some airbrushes, no matter what, they get paint up everywhere.
Yeah.
Or at least mine does.
Well, with mine last night, there was a crack in the head, this part here, in the head, and there's a crack down the side that I didn't notice.
Oh no!
It's hard to figure out. So I luckily have a spare head. These heads aren't cheap for the Arter and Steinbeck. Holy shit!
No, they're 20-30 quid a head for over here.
Yeah, that's about right. And it was like I was looking at that plus shipping, and I'm like, oh. But my airbrush dealer, she lives in she's in Edmonton, so which is all the way across Canada. But I'm going to be there for GameCon I'm going to be there for GamesCon in June. And so I'm like, how long can I make it until I go to Edmonton and I can go and save $30 in shipping?
Well, I was going to say, I've had to have some stuff shipped to me from Canada lately, and the guys, this is the guys with Cantina 13, and they've said how awful Canada Post is at the moment.
We're on strike at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's a thing.
It cost them a fortune to send the box.
Yeah.
That would have cost me to send it out, to them. Not, I think about 25% of the price.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. That's one thing about Canada is it's very expensive to ship anything around here. Like I'm shocked at the prices, the shipping in the States versus shipping in Canada. Oh, my buddy Evan's watching this. It's what I'm teaching him how to do with his Necron, how to do green glow.
We're getting your hisses, Taylor, from your squirts.
We have a question from
What's
Lord
that?
of Cats. What are you all painting?
What I'm painting?
Hey, dude.
We're all painting. So we're all doing World of Reclamation minis from Preacher Caster. So Taylor, do you want to say what you're painting?
Yeah, I'm painting this is the Lord of Sorrows that I'm working on, or Lord of Sorrows, Rider of Despair that I'm working on right now. So that's there we go, focused.
And Richard, do you want to show yours?
I am painting the lovely Sweet Tooth.
No, I am doing, I can't remember what it's called. It's a wasteland.
Abomination.
Thank you. Wasteland Abomination. Dave has a bit of lag. I don't know if Dave's delagged or not.
I'm here. I'm going to cheat and I'll just make my screen bigger. Look, and I've got this fantastically gorgeous. This is a Goblin Berserker from World of Reclamation, and at the end of the show, you get to vote for your best painter. Now, Taylor is offering $50 worth of goodies if you vote for Taylor. However, if you vote for me, I'm just saying, you won't get $50 of gear. But I will still appreciate your vote. This is the brush off. We are here for the competition.
The Lord of Cats is loyal to the King of Printers. So
We can
That sounds
sway
like
that.
sounds there's a bribe been pre-agreed.
No, not true. 4 cats.
Just to clarify, whoever you vote for, I will still give you $50 worth of product. Just to be very clear.
Yeah, but you have to hang on to the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Can you dig it?
Yes, it can.
Hey, I'm so glad someone got that. That's now going to stay in my head all day now.
At least it went the Bob the Builder version.
Oh, don't.
There's a Bob the Builder version?
Oh, God,
Yes,
yeah.
can you build it? Yes, I can.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I thought you meant you made another song.
I'm singing Bob the Builder in my head now, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Bob the Builder.
Yeah, my daughter never got into Bob the Builder, or it was Paw Patrol. What I had to deal with.
I'll say my youngest mainly was Paw Patrol. Eldest had Bing Bunny.
I don't think I know that one either.
That one was creepy.
Oh, Big Bunny, yeah.
Oh no, the creepiest one. Sorry, was it in the Night Garden?
In the Night Garden, yeah.
That freaked the
My
fuck out
kids
of me.
didn't really watch that.
Yeah.
Fifi and the Flower Tots, my oldest used to watch.
Yeah, no, that was trauma. That was just freaky.
I think my.
So we have another question from Lord of Cats. Lord of Cats is saying, what airbrush do you use? And then Full Moon Labyrinth is saying, Taylor is a cheat.
Before that,
Is that a
what were
cheat?
you going to say, Taylor?
Is that a cheat for votes or what?
Full Moon Labyrinth is that guy Cody I was talking about with the heavy Texan accent.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, he's the guy who does our prints. He's fantastic.
We've already heard stories about you then.
What printers do you use, dude?
Yeah, Cody, what printers do you use?
Right, what else we got? I'm gonna try and glue this now.
I think Cody is a Frozen guy,
Ooh.
if I'm not mistaken.
I used the Frozen Mini 4K when I first started printing, and it was a beautiful printer, but it was a temperamental little bitch.
All right. Full Moon says, I do love Frozen.
I have fallen in love with Uniformation lately.
I've heard good things.
Oh, exceptional machines.
Yeah.
Especially after any cubic started to go to dogs.
Yeah, yeah. No comment on any cubic.
Oh.
The
M3 Pluses were workhorses. They were beautiful machines. They were sturdy. They they lasted. You know, yes, you had to replace the. Well, I had to replace the screens every so often because I printed 24/7. But they were, sturdy, good machines. As soon as they brought out the M5 and tried to do the auto leveling, it all went to shit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Uniformation all the way now.
Yeah, they're very nice people. I've dealt with. I've spoken to their. I think her name is Mia. She's the person I've dealt with at Uniformation. She's done very nicely.
Yeah,
Every time
that's my next goal. Get friendly with a 3D printer company.
Yeah. Well, if you want, I can see about introducing you to Mia. We can
Definitely
on Discord. Yeah. Just you have pictures of your kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's she. Every time I talk to her, she wants pictures of my daughter. So.
Right, let's see if this is working. Let's see if we can bring up some pages from World of Reclamation.
All right.
It might not work, so it might actually stick. So, Taylor, if you can still hear me, I've thrown up some pages from the adventure. This is some of the stuff we used in the Q&A. Do you want to quickly talk us through? We did the elevator pitch yesterday. What's the main storyline? What's the
Oh, well, without spoilers. So World of Reclamation is a super grim, dark fantasy setting, based in almost post-apocalyptic fantasy world. Draws heavily from a lot of great horror franchises, but the gist of it is there is a place called the Well of Reclamation, which is where where fantasy worlds go to die. So once a fantasy world has fallen apart and experienced their apocalypse, they're consumed by the universe, and the refuse is dumped in this place called the Strange Wastes. And it is here that the adventure takes place as a survivor of an apocalypse that happened to their worlds. Now, they may be descendants of the people who've lost their worlds, or they can be fresh from a apocalyptic setting. But either way, they have to make their way in this strange world that is filled with horrible demons.
It is cool. I mean, in some of these stories, the book you've got as well, the separate kind of campaigns, you've knitted them together into a very. I'm just trying to imagine some of my players with this, and I think some of them would actually struggle because you love horror. And we were talking yesterday about your influences and what's gone into this, and for the other stuff that you write. Do you know where your love of horror comes from?
Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, and this is, I mean, I'm 45 now, so I'm when I was 6, I had a babysitter, and she introduced me to some very interesting horror films. I mean, so I don't think my parents knew that I was watching these horror films. But
this is a plot of a movie right now.
Yeah. So I watched quite a few horror films as a kid, and I really got into them. And luckily, my parents were never they weren't ones to really be that concerned about what I was pretty grounded in reality, and I didn't get scared, so they were pretty okay with me watching horror films as a kid. And as a result, it just sort of bloomed into a thing where I was just obsessed with horror as a kid. I had subscriptions to magazines like Fangoria, and I started reading Stephen King, I think, when I was around grade 6, I think, so 12 years old, and got a appreciation for horror in general. I think part of it too is I live a pretty quiet, mundane life, and I like feeling uncomfortable, right? And that's really what horror is all about, is making you uncomfortable as a reader. And I think I'm a little addicted to that. I'm a little addicted to being afraid, and I don't get afraid. I don't get afraid or shocked very often. So it's always a nice welcome surprise when I am.
Because we were talking yesterday in the first session about things like Evil Dead, the originals, and then the remakes, where they've taken out the humor.
Yeah,
there's that kind of fun aspect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of that. I do obviously I like humor, and I do appreciate that there is a strong relationship with humor, right?
Yeah.
To relieve the tension. And Sam Raimi is a great director, and he really does that well. But sometimes I just want to just be freaked out, and the horror takes me out, right? Or the humor takes me out of the horror. Where when you have some of the newer the newer Evil Dead movies, or even the new Aliens movie that was the guy, what was his name? Fede Alvarez. The one that he did. Like, it is non-stop. Like, it doesn't have that break that other movies have. There's another movie he did too. I think it was called Don't Breathe, and it was like people doing like a home invasion, and it went real bad. And there's a blind guy hunting them in the house.
Yeah, and
like it was just non-stop, like just non-stop horror, right? So I really like that.
You mentioned Romulus. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
you had those kind of typical nods, like the anniversary edition to some of the classic scenes and classic lines, told in a different way. But yeah, I mean, you saw, for those of you, if it was your first Alien film, I'm not sure what you would have made of it. But if you've seen the other films, and we've only seen sort of one or two face huggers, and that was like, wow. There is a whole nest of face huggers chasing you, and I was like, "That is serious."
I can imagine that would be I haven't seen it yet, and I am looking forward to it. But I've seen one of the scenes with the face huggers, and it was like, shit.
Well, even when I was watching the trailer before I even saw the movie, I was, I saw that, and I'm just like, because face huggers are really scary. I don't know about you guys, but they freak me out more than the actual aliens. I
was to say, they freak me more than the aliens, because it's just it's
far worse.
Well, you don't see them coming, right? They just show up, and they're just there, and they're they're relentless, right?
Well,
like it's
twitch on the trouser leg, something at your feet, sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, anyone
that scene in Aliens where Ripley and Newt are in the science lab, and lets two of them in there, and one just comes flying out from behind the counter. That's the worst. That's the worst bit.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is one of those things where the alien, I feel you could run and hide from, right? You can't run and hide from a face hugger. It's coming for you. It's little, it's like a raccoon. They're terrifying. Not sure if you guys do you guys have raccoons in the UK?
No, we have badgers, and they're much slower.
Oh, yeah, pretty nasty. But the raccoons are relentless, man. They will ruin your day. Yep, I think I was chased by a beaver once. That was also interesting. Never. Let me tell you, you don't think how fast those things can move, but they can move really fast if they're pissed off.
I thought beavers might be quite placid.
So
no.
I imagine being chased by a beaver. Just like,
no, they're not placid. They're usually a little cowardly, like they'll run away from you unless you're threatening them or their kids, and then it's go time, and they won't give up.
My eldest son is obsessed with animals and like that. So we did Zookeeper for a day experience, and he got to feed all the animals. And they had beavers in captivity because obviously we don't have them in the wild here. And this beaver was the most placid animal I've ever seen. It sort of took the food out of his hand, sat there and ate it. It was stroking the beaver. It was really just the most docile creature ever stroking the beaver. I realised after I'd said that I'd just chosen the wrong thing to say.
The wrong words.
Try not to laugh here.
Yeah, I must have been there's yeah.
That's
God damn you, Leslie Nielsen. God damn you.
So there's a question. I just joined. What's the time limit on the GBBO from Unwrit 10? So it's 2 hours starting from 9. So we've got an hour and 10 left because we normally pack up at 10 to 11 UK time, and then there's some voting.
The arm is stuck in a nice way. Right. So I'm just going around to some joiny bits. Let's make sure they are looking good. And I think that should be fine. Get some red in there. This is where suddenly you realise that there's chirping birds and music as everyone gets concentrated at some point. Everyone stops talking. Everyone's like in the zone.
And then all of a sudden the birds come out.
And then the birds come out. Right, I'm gonna zzz my red paint on my little gizmo. Vroom.
Taylor, is there a timeline on a next release for these, or are you just going to be continuing with the monthly?
So like another Kickstarter? You mean?
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah. So I have the second season that I need to that I'm going to put up on Kickstarter, same way as I did this one. That'll be sometime next year. I don't know when. I want to give people some time to financially recover from this. So, and then once I do it next year, once we do the second season, as mentioned yesterday, I'm going to be changing the format of how we do these, where we're instead of doing it as we're going to continue with the monthly release, but the D&D adventures and the bundles will be put up on BackerKit as well, and those will be put up quarterly, roughly.
Cool.
No hard promises yet, but
that could be how it goes.
Yeah. So that's how I want to do it. I think obviously the best deal will be to go on My Manufactory and subscribe to our tribe, because that's where for a quarter you're paying roughly it's like $12.99 American, so like $15 Canadian. I'm not sure what that is in British pounds, but
it will translate the same because they knock the tax on.
Oh, okay. So, anyway, you're only spending like $45 for the whole package, except for the adventure. When I put them up on BackerKit, it'll be about $100 for everything, which will be a ton of models and the adventure and that sort of stuff. So your best bet is still to go and be a tribe member on My Manufacturer. That's where you're going to get your best deals. But I mean, if you don't care and you just want to get everything at once, then by all means, just wait for the BackerKit. And then, of course, you can buy it on My Manufacturer in our store if you wanted to.
Cool. Full Moon Labyrinth mentions, Taylor, that your auto follow camera has.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Cody. You are an indispensable asset, and I mean it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure what this camera tracks. I think it's my fingers. but I'm not 100% sure.
It's probably just trying to like focus in on something. Go, oh look, that looks important.
It's probably looking on something shiny because it's meant to track eyes, isn't it?
Maybe. Oh, that could be it. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, that's. Yeah, I have no idea how this technology works. I didn't even know it followed until like a couple weeks ago. So, it freaked me out when I bent over to throw my gum in the garbage can, and it followed me in the garbage can, and I was like, "What is going on now?"
So it means you've got to be careful when you're trying to sneak off camera.
Yeah.
I'm loving the colours you're doing on there, Steve.
How are you finding my advice, Steve? Find it's working out for you?
You're on mute, I think, Steve.
Sorry, because I just hair dried. Yeah, so yes, I have really liked your advice. It has come out better than I thought it would. There's not too much angst for me painting over black. And the colours I'm trying to do, I'm doing purple first, and then I'm going to go over with some red and see how that blends for the skin colour.
Nice.
The idea being that purple will give it some darker shadows.
Yeah. So that's what I did with Sweet Tooth. I airbrushed violet red.
Right.
As the base layer before I did the other bits.
Oh. I think this is pretty much much more for me to do here. This model is cleaned up.
We are nearly at the top of the hour. When we get to the top of the hour, we'll go around the table again to see what progress has been made so far.
Oh, my camera keeps moving.
Oh.
Great. I think this is pretty much good to go. I wonder if I was something shiny if I put this in the center, if I just focus on that. Oh, look at that. No, maybe not. No, now it's just going crazy. I'm not putting something shiny there. This kid's going to lose its mind.
What you need is some googly eyes.
Oh,
stick some googly eyes on the.
Don't start that again. Googly booglies.
well, I think base here. I think we're probably good to move on to Sweet Tooth after this.
Your timing is very good.
So I've noticed that you guys seem to use painting handles. None of you guys seem to use painting handles.
Not for this mini because they're bigger. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's my painting handle. But
well, there you go. Okay.
Fortunately, this one doesn't quite fit on.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just wondering if it's an age thing because I don't use a painting handle, but I'm also, as mentioned, fairly old, and it's one of those things where I just learned how to paint without a painting handle, and I find using a painting handle like a weird experience.
Yep. I don't know where the handle part is, but I've got the attachment. So there's your knobbly bit at the top with a magnet and some tack. But that's normal size minis. For your statues, we've printed them slightly oversized.
Yes, that's true.
They're nice and big, so easier to handle, I find. Do something more with the hair. I've got those bottles to do. What colour can I do the bottles? Let's use that one.
Right. I will be right back.
Yep, no problem. I'm going to buzz my paint. I'm going to be using some, what's this? Gravelord Grey. Let's see if this picks up.
What are you using the Gravelord Grey for?
This is, so on the Berserker, he's got 4 bottles.
Yeah.
If I just stuck that in there, I might have done. He's got 4 bottles around his waist.
Yeah.
Potion. I would say potion bottles. Now, on the painted version that I've got, the image that I've got, they look grey. So I'm just going to copy that and see what it looks like.
If that's a bit dark, then the other one you could try is Cloudburst Blue, which is grey blue. I think I used the Gravelord yesterday, and it's quite dark.
Yeah, so that's usually my basing one.
Yeah.
Doing the old stone on bases.
Yeah, I use this one quite a lot for stone. On the base for this mini, there is a few stone bricks, so I'll probably use it there as well. For those of you joining live, are you painting with us? Are you just hanging out? Are you working? Tell us what you're up to. And if you hang around to the end when we start doing the voting, this is the Great British Brush Off. Taylor is up for doing some
prizes to be had.
Yeah, some prizes. Some bundles. But for that, you've got to stick around to the end.
Hey, Chris.
Hello.
Hey, Chris Mini Paints. Hello again.
Hey, welcome back.
We've also got a question from Foreman Labyrinth.
What's up, Cody?
Shout it out. Go for it.
Has anyone printed any of the models since the Orcs came out?
I haven't, but I also don't have a printer. That's what I have Cody for. But yes, Cody. Yeah, Full Moon Labyrinth has taken over our support duties for our things, and his supports are amazing. You should really check them out. They're blow your mind how good his supports are.
What's he supported? Because
he supported the Wasteland Orcs and the Wasteland Ogre Raiders. I think Cody also supported he also supported the Carcosa release recently, which was Mar LL, as well as the Ecstatic Tulpas and Babak the Pretender. I think he did those as well. But yeah, no, he's like, honestly, his supports are just blowing my mind. They're just great. Yeah, if you're into support, you will be pleasantly surprised at how well they're supported. But yeah, I put them in your folder the other.
I'll say if it's the new ones that popped down, I was having a look at them. So
yeah, check out the support. If you like a good support.
Oh, I do.
Actually, you know what's wild? I'm going to show you something really cool.
Go for it.
This is super cool from a company I've worked with. Oh.
I will make you full screen when you're ready.
Okay, Black Site Studios. So what they do with their support, they sell 3D printed models. So check this out. I'll show you the packaging first. So this is the packaging for the model.
Yeah.
It's the packaging. Nice clamshell packaging. But look what they do here. If you're into support, oh, it just popped out. All right, well, what you can see here, so is their support. They do it like a sprue. So this actually was in here like this, right? And so it comes, so they print it as one sprue, right? But that's like if you look here, you can see the pock marks here. So they're printing them like this,
yeah.
Right?
They're actually sculpting them on it as well.
Yeah. So I mean, this blows my mind. This is the coolest thing I've ever. You can ask Cody because he was there. I got a rash. Oh no, he wasn't there. He left already. But Ryan was there. I got irrationally excited over this setup. Irrationally excited.
My only issue with that is you've got to do the curing afterwards.
Yeah.
Unless they cure it, which is the.
No, these are cured. These are definitely cured. So yeah, they're all cured and ready to go. So they're.
I've not seen that before. That's really cool. I do quite like that.
I was so shocked when I saw this, and it looks great. I would be ecstatic if I downloaded a file and it was just this sprue, and I just print off this sprue. So yeah, it doesn't seem like I know it's supported, but it doesn't seem like there's pockmarks. Like it's really well supported. I guess some of these are heavier supports on the bottom here that would cause some issue, but that's why I have these fancy dancy turbo dork nippers that I would use to cut them out. So yeah, and I mean they come off. Yeah, there's no damage to the model. I'm taking these off. Just checking now. But
worth checking out then.
I mean, I would treat these like I would any like DW sprue, right? So I mean, there's obviously a little bit of cleanup involved, but
I'd say that there's always got to be. So you can't get it away immaculate, can you?
No, I mean, so but I mean, it looks no worse than a Games Workshop sprue once I take it off. I just have to give it a little scratch with a file, and yeah, very cool. I was super excited about that when I saw it. And I keep on bugging Cody telling we have to start doing this with our models. That's right. I'll call you out like that, Cody. Right in the stream.
Right. So we're going to go round. We're at the top of the hour. So we've got 1 hour left to go. We've got about 50 minutes left to go. let's go round and see progress so far. Let's start with you, Taylor.
Yep.
Let's go.
This is done. This is the completed.
That is awesome.
Completed. Complete with OSL. I went heavy on the OSL.
Yeah.
Yep. And with a brown cloak with some armor in there. Yeah, that's what I got.
And you're going to do Sweet Tooth next? You got an hour.
We'll see. I got less confident when I looked at him. So my confidence level dropped immediately when I picked him up and went like, "Oh yeah, right. This isn't a little paint job."
Yeah.
So
it's remembering all the little bits you got to do in the spines and stuff.
Yeah, just looking at the little details like the heads on his belt and the cleaver on his back. Yeah.
That is cool. And then just as a reminder for people, if you want to know more about Creaturecaster and the world of reclamation, go there, uk.creaturecaster.com. If you're in the US, go to us.creaturecaster.com.
So our selection in the UK store is pretty limited. So it's largely judgment at this point with some of our old models. So if you want newer models than the US site, but we do ship internationally, and our shipping threshold is quite low for international shipping.
Cool. Thank you. Richard, where are you? With are you still on Sweet Tooth? Let's go.
I'm on Sweet Tooth. I've got all the
Sweet Tooth
stuff done.
Wow.
Working my way through the spikes, the teeth. I've got around the mouth, some highlights to do in there.
Yeah. Now, are you doing all of this with the spray brush?
No.
With the airbrush.
I've done all the flesh, and I've did the shading around the mouth with the brush, with the airbrush. But now I'm on to the manuals.
Cool. Steve, I can see you adding in some extra color there. Let's put you up next. Boom. Talk us through it.
Buddy.
You're on mute, dude.
You're on mute.
Yeah. So I've laid down some orange and yellow speed paint on the fur. Try and give it a flame style. And then I'm just going over all of the skin with purple alchemy to give it some really deep shadows. And I will try and put some red over the top of that to give it. I'll go for a redder skin rather than the purple. But I'm liking how that's coming out actually. And
Cool.
And I do really like the black and white Zenithal style prime. That's doing the job.
You're sold on that now, are you?
Well, I am sold on that. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I have managed to stick my arm. Wrong button. My arm onto the goblin. So there we go. We can see how he's looking now. So paint some extra bits. I need to go over the hair, give that some more detail. But he is really coming along. There's the arm. The arm is stuck there with the sword. The sword is in the ground with the skulls. He is literally going to be on here like that. Look at that. Supported in the air as he flies across using that as a vault. Absolutely brilliant.
And the model is surprisingly balanced for something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, looking forward to this one. I mean, you can see the detail on there. You really can. So let us know, people watching us live. Let us know who is your favorite so far. It doesn't count towards voting, but you can make friends. That's what we're here for. You can sway the vote if you want to. But yeah, I'm liking that. I wonder if I can finish the base. I should be able to do it in an hour and then stick that on. And then it's literally, I want to do something with the hair. I need to do something better with the hair, but I wonder if I can actually get that pretty much almost finished. I have
almost finished.
I have, yeah. We've got nearly 45 minutes. Let's give it a go.
Just waiting for that to dry. Taylor, were they orcs? You said they were called.
Yeah,
newer ones.
What about them?
I'm just trying to find them, see if they're on.
They should be in your My Mini Factory library. They're called Wasteland Orcs.
Wasteland.
Try Wasteland Orcs. Yeah, you probably have a huge.
I've got Abomination, Goblin Tribe, and Reavers. That's all I've got Wasteland wise.
Who did I give them to? All right, I'll pop them in your folder tonight.
Someone got a freebie. Then.
Yeah, someone got a freebie. I could have sworn I gave them to you, but oh wait, you know who? Wait, do you share a folder with? I think you share an account with Dave. I think it's in. I know it's in. Oh, maybe you don't.
Two accounts.
Yeah, maybe I sent it to Dave. Maybe that's what I did. I thought you guys had access to that, but I will get that to you. I did share things with you on My Manufactory before, right? That's how you got these.
Yeah,
files.
yeah, you did. Yeah.
I'll just add you I'll add you to a separate folder.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
But yeah, the Wasteland Orcs and the Ogre Raiders are phenomenal. Oh, you know what? I think you have access to. No, you have the Iguru and the. No, so you definitely should have had access. Either way, I'll figure it out.
Right, I'm going to go on the base. I'm definitely going to do the base. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Chris Mini Paints says the red and green on Dave's model is definitely sending out Christmas vibes.
Christmas vibes.
So perhaps you should do the hair in white.
It is white at the moment. I was going to get like a really, really dirty white.
That's primed, isn't it? Is that still the prime colour? It's
the prime. But yeah, that's what I was kind of going for. And he's I mean, it's dirty white in the like I've got the painted version of the model. Ooh, music just kicked in there. As I mentioned that. What was I going to say? I had a question for Chris Minis, actually. Chris Minis, are you the same Chris Minis who knows Cerberus Studios? When we did in Oxford? Let us know. I don't know if it is or not, but we don't mind meeting new Chris's who can paint. But if you're the same Chris who can paint, then
hello again.
Hello again.
Some exciting news too that we're doing is we are setting up a system now where our models that have previously been out of stock will always be in stock on our US store.
Cool.
Thanks to Cody. So the we're going to be producing those models 3D printed red, which we never have before because of it's a big job because we use proprietary printers in house to produce our. So we use not proprietary to us, but we use an Envision Tech, and so it produces when it exports a model with supports, it does it in a format that you can't. It's a different file format. It doesn't do it as an STL. So, but we're converting all those files to STL.
That's cool.
We will not be making the STLs available, but the models will always be available on our online store.
That's cool.
So that's always a good way to keep it exclusive.
Yeah, we gotta. I mean, there's some things we can do, but those models are, they're pretty special. We want to make sure that they don't get out in the wild. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just also. So like with our bigger models, especially our older ones. The amount of sculpting time that went into those models is far different from our regular releases, just due to the way things have changed in ZBrush and that sort of thing. It was a hefty time investment for, for example, the Queen of Ecstasy. So
I'll say it's a very different monster now.
Yeah. Now that being said, we are actually we are able to give our Arcana as an alternate Lady of Arcana as our loyalty reward for next month or for this month. And we're just waiting on the final sculpts for that, so I can put up some renders. And we have a Queen of Malefica alternate model that's going to be the last model for this campaign. So
that's cool.
And those are some of our most popular models. So you never know. Eventually, you might see a lot more models coming to STL. Resculpts coming here.
That is what we love to hear. Well, what was I going to do now?
You know, I've never done a flesh-colored sweet tooth. Of all the sweet tooths I've painted, I haven't gone with flesh. So I'm liking what I'm seeing.
You should do like a Disney version.
I'm not sure if my kid would like that. She likes super dark. Or I remember she got, what was it? I got called into the school once, and that her grade. It was a grade. She was in senior kindergarten or junior kindergarten, and her teacher Celeste, wonderful lady, and she goes, you know, I'm a little concerned about the things that Helix is talking about. She's a little, you know, she talks about some pretty scary things, and I'm like, listen, I work for Jason Game Company, you know, like I try to keep it away from her, but it's really hard to keep all this stuff away from her because, you know, like I work out of the house, and she's gonna hear it, and she goes, okay, but what's a plague angel? And I was like, oh no. And I'm like, listen, I'll talk to her. She's scaring the other kids, and she goes, well, not really. She's more scaring me. But yeah, my kid became obsessed. We were working on that. We re-released the Plague Angel, and my kid overheard some stuff in a meeting and went to school and just repeated everything. So, yeah, she's like, it flies, it, you know, has disease, and it spreads disease by flapping its wings. And I'm like, oh my god. And of course, she's talking to the other kids, and the kids are bringing us home. Yeah, I got that kid.
At the same time, you're so proud.
So proud. It's like the time that she wanted to watch The Ring when she was 4 years old. And she pushed me, and finally I was like, you know what? Let's watch The Ring. So we watched The Ring, and she was 4. It took us 6 hours with breaks, but she did it. Yeah.
The Ring is something like Poltergeist. I mean, Poltergeist, snow on your TV was never the same. I mean, we don't have it now, but was never the same after you saw Poltergeist. You walk into a room at night, and it's past midnight. You're on your own. The lights are off, and just the TV is left on, or you fell asleep on the sofa. You wake up, and there's no on the TV. You instantly go to Poltergeist. There is no other location for your brain at that point. You go there, and you're like, where's the remote control? Or I have to walk over there to switch it off. What's going to happen? Or the other thing, I'll put the lights on first.
Yeah, no, my you know, like I was looking at The Ring, and I mean, The Ring isn't actually that scary of a film. You know, when you really think, I mean, it's a scary film, but it's not. It doesn't have a lot of stuff that I'm worried about my kids seeing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it doesn't have a lot of violence.
Chris Mini Paints. Who knows who? Sorry, didn't catch that. Chris Mini Paints, are you there? Come in, Chris Mini Paints. What were we talking about?
You're asking him if he was the Chris Mini Paints from.
That's right. Are you the same? Chris is here. I have Chris's full attention. Chris, are you the same Chris Mini Paints who knows Cerberus Studios? There was a thing earlier in the year in Oxford. Or are you a different Chris who paints minis? I'm just checking for a friend. No, fine. It is not the same Chris. Right, I'm going to try.
Was that the event you went to where you all got COVID?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that every event you go?
No. So this was like a private VIP event, and we went there as press. We were doing all the interviews and films and did a load of photography and stuff. And while we were there, we got invited to play. And it was with a gaming group who was down our way actually. But we'd never met them before, but lovely bunch of guys. And one of them was sick. One of them was ill and basically had a bottle of medicine and was taking swigs from it like it was a hip flask. And he was coughing and sneezing and spluttering, and we were like, yeah, he's sick. And we ended up being like opposite him, playing the skirmish games, and he was talking and for the whole day, and it was like lunch and everything. We're like, okay. And like pretty much everyone the next day started feeling rough. It's like, well, we know who it was. Just have have some rules in place. If you're sick, don't go.
Yeah. That's.
But he was adamant. He's, but it was a VIP and I didn't want to let him down. And it's like, I know that, but now like 20 odd people are now sick.
Yeah. Well, it was. It's a new reality that we live in. That's for sure. It's just, like even at Gen Con, Peter ended up getting COVID while he was there, and he got COVID, and we're all sharing a hotel room. I miraculously did not get COVID, but Simon got it. I'm pretty sure Ryan got it. It's just brutal. Just brutal. I mean, what do you do? You're stranded. Like you were, he's like 3,000 kilometers away from home, right? Like, what do you do?
And
right?
Yeah. And it's expensive to put up yourself in another hotel, and when you feel that sick, all you want to do is go home. But it's like physically do not have the energy to travel that far.
Yeah. Oh well, when I went to LVO last year, when I drove to Las Vegas, I got COVID there, and I drove all the way back with COVID. It was brutal, just brutal. And you're tired, you're surly, you're coughing. The thing is, too, I had no idea I had COVID. I just thought I was just tired, right? Like I was really tired, and then I remember it was.
Go ahead.
And then I got to Toronto, and then my wife came and picked me up in Toronto, and we were driving back, and I had a hamburger on the way back, so one thing about COVID, have you had COVID?
Yeah.
So I find every time I get COVID, everything kind of tastes like piss, right? Like ammonia. Like everything tastes. I have a really strong ammonia taste every time I'm eating something. And I was eating the hamburger, and it just tasted like piss. And I was like, "This is horrible." And then I made the connection, and I'm just like, "Oh no!" And I told my wife, and my wife's like, "Oh no!" And then she goes, "You're testing as soon as you get home." And as soon as I got home, I tested, and sure enough, I had COVID. So that one actually
is a thankful thing of no one's pissed in my hamburger. So
yeah. Well, I mean, I was hoping that was the case. But you know how it is. It never ends up being that way.
No one ever pisses in my hamburger.
No one ever pisses in my hamburger. It's always COVID. God damn it. But yeah, no, I've only had COVID twice so far, knock on wood. But I'm also pretty adamant about getting vaccinated because I go to so many events. So every time the vaccine rolls out.
Yeah.
My wife, she was the head of pedagogy at a local daycare, but now she's the assistant director again. and but she's in a childcare setting, so she obviously gets vaccinated all the time as well.
Yeah, you get extra jabs for doing that.
Yeah. Man, those people are saints, though. The ones that work in childcare. My God, you know, we got to do a march for those guys or something. That is a wild job. I can't imagine.
It's a calling, I think, not a job.
Yeah, I think so. Like I just remember one day I was talking. I used to work at a news agent, marketing agency sort of thing. And I remember I had a rough day where I was talking to clients. They were just being a pain in the ass. And I remember I went home and I told my wife all about my day. And I'm like, "How was your day?" And she goes, "Oh, it's fine." And I'm like, "Hey, I've gone on for the last 2 hours about how awful my day was. At least you can give me more than it's fine." And she goes, "Well, like one of the kids took a crap on the rug, and I noticed it, and I had to clean it, and I had to go and get some cleaning supplies to go clean it up. And when I came back, all the other kids were rolling in the poop, and then we had to take them outside and hose them down." And I just like a full minute, and I just said, "Wow, your day was so much worse than mine." And she goes, "Oh, it wasn't that bad." And I'm like, "What is a bad day like? I can't imagine. I could not imagine what a bad day looks like."
So I can imagine a bad day is when all but one kid takes a shit on the carpet.
Yeah. Well, dude, I hear the horror stories I hear because we do pizza movie night every Friday, and sometimes Helix brings home friends. Their parents come along, and a lot of those friends, they work at the daycare. And man, like there was an incident recently. There was a kid, and it was like, I don't remember the exact scenario, but it ended up with some kid pooping in his hand and then sharing the poop, like the kids were eating poop. And I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm going back to work. I can't handle this conversation. I'm going downstairs. Oh yeah, kids are animals, man. It's brutal. Just brutal. I never knew how crazy children are until I have a wife that works in childcare or significant others that work in childcare. I can tell you what goes on at childcare. You have no idea what your kid's doing there. These people are trying as hard as they can to keep you to socialize your child.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Better off not knowing. It's just, yeah. The things I've learned that are normal, it blows my mind.
All right, we are nearly at the half past, second hour.
Who was I kidding that I was going to get? I was going to get Sweet Tooth done.
I was just like, I was impressed by the
confidence,
purity of it, and the
yeah. No, I'm not getting this second one. I have a good start on it, but yeah, I'll have to wait till the next one. But yeah, I'm not getting this model. No. I'm just working on the pants now. It's already half past. You guys have weekend plans?
It is for us.
Weekend duties.
I think it's going to be I don't know. Should Christmas lights? It might be Christmas lights weekend.
I guess we're getting close to that time, eh? I think my neighbors would murder me if I put Christmas lights up this early.
It's not about the being early. It's about the calendar for my family in December. We've got so many birthdays. Christmas as well, and it's such an expensive time. And we're constantly out pretty much every weekend, almost every other evening. And there is no time. And it's like, even if I just put up the lights, I don't have to turn them on.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Good point. It's not a bad idea. Maybe longer too. I think you've.
But yeah, that's. It might still be an early morning start. And
I might put up Christmas lights this week.
Do you do the whole Chevy Chase, National Lampoon, Christmas holidays? Do you fill up the whole house with lights? The outside.
I try not to, but I mean, my wife is a Christmas freak, so yeah, Christmas is definitely her jam. So it is. It is in her court. I'm not I would just put on lights around the windows, but she gets a little nuts around Christmas and she really embraces the holiday.
So I like the holidays, and it is the we do more lights inside now than instead of outside. Like we'll put lights up the stairs, especially now we got strip light LEDs and stuff like that. They'll go up around the door frames, through like the hallway to the kitchen and the living room and stuff like that. There'll be lights everywhere.
Yeah,
and I like that. Rather than they still go outside the house, but I'm less interested.
Yeah, I think I have a maple tree in the front yard, and my kid wants me to put lights up on it this year. So that might be a fun thing to try. We'll see. It's a big tree. Not gonna lie to you, it's pretty high. I'm pretty cavalier with safety too, so we'll see how this pans out.
And this Saturday evening, we're going to be going to, depending on the weather, because we've got some bad weather planned. We're going to go to a local castle. We're going to go to Hever Castle and walk around because they'll have their Christmas lights up. And Santa Claus will most likely be there somewhere.
Right on.
He tends to drop in. He says hello to people. And Sunday, the new Wicked film is out here in the UK. So we'll go to we have there's a cinema chain near us who do you got sofas in the cinema and they bring you food like pizza and burgers and chips and stuff, so you can have
nice. That's pretty cool.
Like it's a family get together kind of thing. That's quite nice.
That's a cool idea. I have a birthday party to attend for my daughter's friend at 10 o'clock in the morning. At a local. Yeah, just wait. 10 o'clock in the morning at a local place called Cup, which is like a place parents bring their kids, and it's like just slides and a whole bunch of kid stuff and everything. And that's at 10 till noon. And then on Sunday morning, these psychopaths have a birthday party. Another kid has a birthday party at 9:30 in the morning.
No.
9:30.
That's a little too early.
She's turning 7. There's going to be like 37-year-olds there at 9:30 in the morning.
No.
There's not enough coffee in the world for that. Really is it? It's going to be a rough go, man.
See, my boy turns 10 in the first week of December, and his birthday party is basically taking a few mates down to the laser tag.
There you go.
So they're just going to run around in the dark, shoot each other for an hour or so, and then have chicken nuggets and chips for afterwards, and then we come home. It's that easy.
That's a good choice. That's good choices. Not a Totoro themed birthday party at 9:30 in the morning.
No, ours is in the morning. Ours is at 11 o'clock, but it's an hour of shooting each other. They're going to get all hot and sweaty, and then come out and have lunch, and then we're done.
I feel like 11 o'clock is a reasonable time.
Yeah, so that's a good hour to start things.
Yeah.
And we're gonna feed your kid as well. So I think
that's a good deal. I mean, I'm sure there will be food here too, but like, what am I eating at 9:30 in the morning? Like yogurt and old man cereal? That's I'm old. That's what I have to do now, apparently. The days of bacon and eggs are done, but they're probably going to bring pizza in. I guarantee you they're going to have pizza. I guarantee you there will be pizza.
It's the easiest thing.
10 o'clock pizza. Guaranteed.
Which is basically cheese on toast.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because these kids don't like toppings for some reason. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed a definite lack of, actually, in the States when I was there, was a lack of pizza places.
Really?
I didn't see a lot of pizza like a lot of pizza shops.
I thought it was a big thing over there.
I would think so too. I have no idea, but I have no idea. But yeah, I brought that up. I can't remember. It was the last time I was there. I couldn't believe how few pizza places I actually saw while I'm there. I don't know if it's a regional thing because I'm not American. So I mean, I go to America. I was there for like a month and a half this year, but yeah, not. I think the only place I saw pizza was advertised was Philadelphia. I was there for PAX last year. I don't know if there's any Americans in the audience that want to prove me wrong, but I just like in Canada, there's pizza places everywhere. You can't walk down a street without seeing pizza places.
We have a lot of pizza places. We have like the local high street with the local kind of the small shop, the newsagent, the post office, and you have a pizza restaurant, mostly takeaway, and it's probably Domino's.
Or Papa John's. Domino's or Papa John's.
Yep.
There's a lot of pizza chains up there. Out there, across there, over there, yeah.
Well, Pizza Hut has declined over the years, but
A Pizza Express if you want your upmarket pizza.
yeah, that's it.
And then Domino's or Papa John's are the big ones.
Or you have the real pizza company, the wood-fired pizza company.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Or at least was a big thing. The wood-fired pizzas. The fancy
still
pizzas.
big over here.
They were big, and then they kind of died off over here. We also have we have a pizza vending machine.
What?
Yeah, we started to get them down on Worthing Seafront. There's one.
Yeah.
What does it do? What you get?
It's
a pizza slice, or you get an actual pizza?
You can get a whole pizza and pizza slices.
Yeah.
From a vending machine, you just is that just you get a cold one and there's a microwave and you put it in, or it does it the whole thing?
No,
it comes out whole lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
You pick your toppings, it puts on the toppings, and then cooks it and slides
is there a little
out.
person in the machine, or is it fully automated?
It's
Is
big
there a
enough
little
to-
guy? Yeah, do that. Toppings, which one? Bacon, onions. There you go. Shove it out of the letterbox.
I missed my calling. I could have been in one of those machines. No. He's yeah. I guess you guys don't realize I'm actually only 5'5". I'm really short. So it's most people don't realize.
Tell that. I mean, look, I'm taller than you.
It's great when everybody sat down.
It's amazing when I go to conventions after talking to people and they come to the booth and they're just surprised that I'm so short. They're looking down.
I had that when I met Lord of Cats. We met I think, a year or two back in person for the first time, and I'm a 6'2" Sasquatch.
Yeah,
and he's a lot shorter than me. And he was very surprised by my the giant he had to see.
Well, another thing too is in my part of I guess where I live in Canada, like Sudbury, we have a very large Northern European population, right? So like a lot of Finlanders, a lot of people from Denmark and Norway, or at least descended from there, right? So like the average height in my friend group is 6'2", right? Cool. Like they're giants. I know people that are 7 feet tall, like no joke. I have a friend, Big Nick, and he, no joke.
Not an ironic thing, is it?
We got Big Nick.
yeah, Big Nick. But no joke, my favorite thing is inviting Nick over and watching him bounce his head off of my door frames, right? Because I have an older house, so I have shorter door frames, which doesn't bother me.
You're Bilbo and he's Gandalf.
Oh yeah, he hangs this. I'm all like the thing is, my brother is 6'3". Like you never would have guessed that we're related. He's 6'3", but I have a very.
I was gonna say, are you twins? Is it like
Danny
DeVito? One of you got the good deal.
Yeah, That was me. Trust me. I can read, but that's not true.
Yeah. He's tall, but that's it.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's so it was amazing to me when I found out that, like, because I'm hanging out with, I went to Adepticon, I think, for the first time, and I don't really go to, like, outside of Northern Ontario events, I never really did a lot of traveling and go to large events. And I went to Adepticon and I realized, like, I'm like a normal height for a person, right? Like, there's people like walking around there that are my height or shorter, but taller. And like, but walking around Sudbury, I feel like a dwarf. Like, like it's amazing. But there's most of my friends, they're 6'2", 6'3". Typically, I'm a few 6-foot people in there. Not many people under 6 feet that I know.
That's cool. I was just reading some of the comments. We got we're going back to laser tag. We've got Lady Gwen. Hi, Lady Gwen.
Oh, hey, Gwen.
Who was banned from playing laser tag with their kids.
I'm not shocked.
Because of their day job or former day job. Yeah, there is a certain amount of pleasure. Just like shut up. And you've got the skill, and plus the walls in the kids laser tag are short. Probably no good for Taylor, but it means that I can reach pew 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 pew. That'd be cool. Or you just hold them at their heads and just pew 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 pew, which is also good. Yeah. Baron Snowhand, hi, how you doing, man? He was answering every question in chat. Sorry, I was painting. I couldn't see. I'm going to try and glue this piece on because it's awesome. I need to get the right. I'm glad what I did. So I'll glue it first, and I'll talk about what I've done. But I was talking yesterday about the base, what base color I would use, and I was thinking about sand or snow or something. And in the end, I went with my original idea, which is mud. And the reason is because I've been watching a load of watching the Vikings TV series again on Amazon at the moment.
Oh, that's a good series. I should watch that again.
It's really, really good. I mean, it's a great series, and there is a bit where you see them like before they start the fight. They're on green grass, and the Vikings are there, and they're surrounded by the English or the Saxons or whatever, and they're all steaming. And it's a big fight for about 20 minutes, huge combat scene. By the time they finish, the green grass that they were standing on is now just a mush of mud. They are covered in mud. There's blood spilled into it. There's no grass. There's no green. It's just deep, dark mud. And I thought that would look epic. And I've chosen a very, very dark brown. But the good thing is, because of the texture on this base, not just that there's stone pieces, but there's actual texture. It makes the brown look like mud. And then if I put some tufts on there, I think that would be the finishing move. I think this one, because this looks awesome. I'm really, for me, I'm really, really impressed. I actually am. I think there's definitely. I still need to do more. I haven't done any dry brushing or anything yet. I've just colored the whole thing in, but the deep texture and the way that these have come out. Again, big shout out and thank you to Richard for doing these, because if you're in the UK and you need some, not just some 3D printed done, but Richard has a whole library of STL minis for all kinds of occasions, goodies, baddies, all the bits in between. But if you actually wanted something to you had the file.
Multiple merchant licenses, and I'm happy to print any STL file.
There you go. And that includes things like Hero Forge and Eldritch Foundry and all that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, but Hero Forge is a little bit more I have a Hero Forge fee, as it were, because I've got to support the model.
Yeah.
Yeah, always happy to do the Hero Forge. And any Eldritch Foundry.
Eldritch Foundry actually is doing their what's it called? Doing a Kickstarter right now for their color print. Yeah. Shout out to Matan, who is he is also a sponsor of our Resin Beast competition.
Cool.
That is happening at Adepticon. You guys familiar with the Resin Beast? Did I talk about Resin Beast yesterday? I think I did.
I think so.
I'm not familiar with it. I've got to say.
Googly Eyes conversation came from as well, isn't it?
Oh yeah, so yeah, so we do a competition every year at Adepticon. We do I think we have $32,000 worth of cash prizes this year.
Wow!
For so if you submit and you win prizes, you win actual money for that, and it's a big event. We get about 120 submissions every year. I know a lot of people look forward to it and take part in it, but it is an in-person event. So, and our sponsors for that are we have. Let's see if I can do this off the top of my head. So we have Creature Caster. We have obviously we have Bysterium Miniatures. We have Loot Studios. We have, yeah. Oh yeah, Alexi's. I'm buddies with Alexi. I've been buddies with him for a while, but he's super happy to support the event. We have Eldritch Foundry, and we have Dragon Trappers Lodge as our.
I love Dragon Trappers Lodge.
Yeah, big sponsors. And then for our title sponsors, we have Game Envy, we have Chronicle Cards, we have Army Painter. Well, they're an event sponsor too. They give us. They're very excited about the event. We have. Oh boy, now I'm gonna get in trouble. I know we have 12 sponsors, but I don't think that's 12. So either way, we have a lot of sponsors and a lot of people excited about the event. And yeah, it's pretty cool. We do coverage, and we're doing this year is kind of a different year because we've never had a lot of sponsors for this event. So we're going to see how it works out. But yeah.
Cool. Nice.
And that's a huge
I just saw that Dragon Skull Studios is in the audience. Sorry, man, didn't see you there before.
Hey, dude, how you doing?
We are down, right, guys. We are down nearly to the last 5 minutes of painting, because then we're going to do brushes down, and we're going to get those votes. Now, we're going to do something special. So those of you who do vote, doesn't matter who you vote for now, apparently. But Taylor will be giving away a $50 bundle.
I will. You just have to email me at taylor@creaturecaster.com and let me know.
But votes don't count until we say so.
Yeah. And also, if you're watching this in the far future on YouTube, I cannot honor this.
It is not valid part of path today.
Yeah.
If you are not watching live, that's it.
Don't even email me. If you do and ask, I mean, I'll give you credit. You got balls, but I'm still not going to do it.
I am really impressed with this. This is phenomenal.
Oh Jesus! I'm painting off of camera again.
As I say, I'm still gonna have to go over with a dry brush, and it's not perfect, but I've coloured pretty much everything. I think I'm really pleased with how this is coming out. I might do some tough work on there as well, because I think I'm in love with the base. The base has suddenly really popped for me.
There's a really cool base.
Yeah.
I don't know what was wrong with me that I thought I was so confident that I could.
Oh God! Have you at least got halfway through the model?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I mean, I'm doing pretty. I'm getting the base coat down, right? So, but yeah, I'm nowhere near close.
You'll have to stick it on a shelf, and we'll come back to it in December.
Yeah, that's the plan, I think.
All right, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes, and then the audience get to vote on their best painter. The votes that were counted yesterday still count. Richard got all of them.
Yeah. Taylor got two.
I'd say Taylor got my vote.
I got a pity vote. I think.
Yeah. Where were they? There you are. I had to make sure.
I think it was 4-2 in the end, wasn't it? 4-2, 5-2, something like that.
Where's my pencil?
I feel this is an odd statement, but I'm going to try and finish up with doing his nipples.
Yeah, do it. Remember, there's a nipple ring in there, eh?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm going to find a nice metallic for that, I think. Just getting a nice Reicland flesh shade for him there. I am going to use this as an actual size model, though, to put down for people, and how they're going to have to fight a gargantuan sweet tooth.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
And it's going to be a biblical battle, I think.
I'm done. Not done. I'm done in terms of I think that is superb. And you can see it. Look, if I move that, I'm going to line it up.
Wow. That looks awesome. Yeah, I never would have thought to upsize that model. Like print that model bigger. There was at one point we were talking about doing life-size goblin prints to have at conventions.
That would be awesome.
I mean, like people like WizKids, they were doing their heads, weren't they? Like just the head, yeah. Mantle, like you could stick it on the wall, and then they were doing like the Paizo Goblin, life size. It's like 2 foot, 3 foot tall.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking of doing, but that's a big endeavor.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could afford the reason, I'd do it. It'd be amazing.
Definitely as a convention showpiece, you know. Here's one of our signature story pieces from each campaign, kind of thing, and have your photo taken with it. Even if you've got to kneel down and just.
We have our one of our flagship models is the Canuck Mara, right? I'm sure you've seen it. Part moose, part beaver. Part goose, all horror. And so we're talking about doing a 12-foot one, like doing a 12-foot one, right? And then I'm like, guys, we could, or we could just hire a taxidermist to do it. I mean, the look of horror. Yeah, the look of horror. I mean, really, it's not that hard to do. I think if you had a good taxidermist, right? I mean, but yeah, apparently that would not win
lying around.
Yeah, apparently we get in a lot of trouble at conventions for bringing in a bunch of dead animals to it together.
You know, like the convention hall.
If that conversation wasn't strange enough, Baron just popped up. I know a taxidermist.
There we go. No, a good taxidermist. It has to be a good one, and preferably located in Canada, right?
Or willing to travel.
You're gonna get some weird emails now.
Because I mean, it's hard enough to even if we bagged a moose, a beaver, and a goose, right? Then we'd have to send it somewhere to get taxidermied. I'm not sure how well that would, you know. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys have ever smelled a dead beaver.
Moose are big as well, aren't they? They're massive.
But I have a friend, Louisiana Dwayne, who lives here. I was reminded he's lived here for 25 years, and I should stop calling him Louisiana Dwayne. But he took out a moose. He was driving a Honda Civic, and the moose was coming across the highway, and he took it out at the legs, and it flipped over his car. But apparently it weighed roughly 1,200 pounds, 12 to 1,400 pounds, somewhere on there.
No, flatten the car.
Well, he said the only thing that saved his life was the fact he was driving a low car. If he was driving a truck, he would have been straight out.
Yeah.
Like most people don't realize how big moose are until they see one, right?
Until they step over your car.
Yeah, until they step over it. Like I was out with a buddy, and we were up near Timmins, which is a community up north, and we were with his brother-in-law, who was from Romania. And I told Tim, who was driving, I said, "Whoa, slow down! There's a moose." And I pointed at the moose on the side of the road, and this guy from Romania lost his mind. He's never seen an animal so big in his life, and because most people think that moose are like big deer, but they're actually small elephants.
Yeah.
Like in terms of size, right? Like you don't picture them being, I would say at least 3 meters at the shoulder. That 12 or 9 feet for Americans watching, but yeah, like 9-10 feet at the shoulder, I guess, probably.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
they're
big.
gigantic.
Terrifying.
I'll send you a photo later, Dave, of me and a baby moose. Yeah, my friend in Timmins actually owns an animal preserve, and there's pictures of me, and there's one where I was standing beside a charging moose. The flash set him off, and so he charged the cameraman. I didn't realize he was charging, so I looked calm as hell in a suit, and the camera's all shaky. Yeah, it's pretty great.
Right, we are going to go around the houses, and then we're going to start voting. So those of you joining live, thank you so much. There is an opportunity for you to swag, to whatever, to gain $50 worth of bundle. So be aware. If you're at home and you're painting and you're doing stuff, you're watching TV, you've got us in the background, you're making a cup of tea, put it all down. Stop, look, and listen. Here we go. So we're going to go around this. If you want the votes, all you got to do in chat is put in someone's name, and that vote will go to that painter.
I'll put a thing on in a minute. I'll put a thing on.
Cool. All you got to do is what are you on about? All you got to do is we're playing for the gold star.
I'll stick a poll in chat in 2 seconds.
Go on then. Should have done it 3 minutes ago. Right.
He's playing with his hair dry. Leave him alone.
We're going to start with Taylor. Let's go. Boom.
All right. There's my Rider of Despair. Let's see if we can zoom in.
It loves your paint tray. Your turbo.
Yeah. So there it is. I'll flip it around for you so you can see the back, see it in cheap. And yeah, even underneath. I painted underneath. So there you go. That's my Lord of Despair, or Rider of Despair.
Cool. Looking very good. Right. Richard. Richard is, of course, our guest pro painter. Let's have a look.
So proud.
I was. There we go.
Looking good.
If I can get it in.
Looking awesome.
There we go.
Again, that back is just... There's so many details, because when we first saw this, we saw the render. We could see the big mouth in the front. And then it was like the arm, and you see these worms and things coming out of it, the tentacles. And then you see the back, and that is horrible. Like the ribs.
I love the back, and this is brilliant, especially with like the flesh, almost sort of pulling off.
And the little butt crack.
The little butt
He's
crack.
He's got his flesh hanging off, but he's got modesty. He's going to wear his little shorts. Superb. Steve, where are you? Boom.
Yeah, so you can forget about poll because they've moved the button. So please just put your names in chat. Yeah, so there's mine. I have base coated pretty much all of it. Just do some of the detailing. I got the red on. I'm not sure I like the red. I might prefer the purple, so we might have to play with it.
I think the purple was a nicer. It looks like now it's just bathed in blood.
Yeah. So I might have to undo that with some acrylics or something. But it's kind of right. And just started doing the horns.
That's cool. And finally is the Goblin Berserker. There we go. Here he is in all his little beauty. And you can see the sword. There's his arm is attached now. There's the sword into the base. As I said, a muddy base, bit of stone, all the bones. And that stands up. I mean, look at that. That is the base. I can get that straight. He is just in the air. I love that. See if I can move these. Look. That is superb. I think that's great. Love it. Boom, boom, boom. Shoom. And there we go. So there he is. Look. Chom. Where's my camera? There he is. I love that. I love that. It's such a good dynamic pose as well. Great choice. Great sculpt.
That would be one I'd love to blow up to be, you know, sort of 300% size and see
yeah. Yeah, that's really, really cool. So shout out people's names in chat if you haven't done already. But we are going to vote. I was going to vote for Steve when it was purple, but now it's red. I'm not so sure. Oh, we got Chris Mini Paint saying you're going to have to switch my vote from last night. He's now going to the Camp Taylor. So we got
the OSO is sick.
We've got Taylor and the OSL. Dave, you're getting my... I got a vote. There we go.
Hey.
Thank you so much. Dragons, another one for Richard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blimey. I got one. Richard, Dave, Taylor. Yeah. Another one. Right. I'm going to put my vote on Taylor's one as well. Richard, where are you going to put
vote as well?
Yeah, let's do it.
I got to vote for Richard because
Everyone for Richard.
You know what? I'm gonna vote for Steve because Steve followed my advice and he really did a great job with that. Sorry, Richard.
He's lost one already.
You've
Richard,
got two
who are you going
now,
to vote for?
You've got another one.
Richard, you vote for me?
I voted for Taylor.
For Taylor, right. Who else voted for me?
So Baron Snowhand voted for you, Dave, and Archangel 17.
Archangel. Light the distinct colours. Thank you so much.
Baron said he didn't see mine.
Steve has voted for Richard. Baron says, I didn't see Richard's. You missed it. No, we'll put it up again. Shum.
There you go.
Just because his is bigger than mine doesn't mean anything. There you go. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still Richard.
Right on.
Richard is still in the lead. Doesn't mean he's going to win. We have one more session. We're going to do one. Well, potentially, like based on some of the chats we had, if Chris Paints Minis and Zambies, if they decide they want to come back and paint with us, we may do some more sessions. But right now, we only have a third episode planned. So the votes will carry on. They will continue. But Richard is still in the lead. Close on his heels, though, is Taylor. So well done. But that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you got something useful out of it. Hope you enjoyed the tips and tricks. If you would like a $50 bundle of goodies from Creaturecaster, all you have to do is email Taylor at
Taylor@creaturecaster.com.
There we go.
And that's TAYLOR.
And we're gonna let's say that is active for the next 30 minutes.
No, I'll say give it the weekend. It's good till Monday. So even if you are watching this on the weekend and you see this and you want to watch it, I'll honor it. But after Monday, no dice.
So you've got to get it in before the 25th of November, basically. It's 22nd November today. You've got to get it in before the 25th. There you go.
Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give everyone a copy of the Reclamation campaign guide when it's finished. You'll also get you'll get an STL of the the Rider of Despair. You get an STL of Sweet Tooth. And because Dave likes it so much, you're getting an STL of the Goblin Berserker. Cool. And I'll give you a Wasteland Abomination.
Cool. Dragon Skull Studio says, what would you like the subject line to be?
Just be like, subject line be like, give me my models. Give me my model. That's what I want.
Cool. Nice one. And with that, everybody, we are calling this brush off to a close. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you again next time. And the next show, Band of Badgers show we got on is the Dragonlance finale. A nearly 2-year campaign comes to an end. There we go.
Just tune in to see us all get killed.
Yeah, tune in. It'll be really short, 5-minute TPK. I promise. But, until then, see you next time, everyone. Be good. Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye.